But we will start with a shoe called Coco. By the way, hi Deanna. It's nice to see you. We've got a lot of fun ladies joining us today. And what's so nice about these shoes, again, is that you're getting the extra benefit of the arch support built in. But I own this pair of shoes in a couple of different colors. That's the color that I own right there, that natural snake. That's one of the ones that I actually put on my Facebook page last time I was on. 5 easy payments of $14 a month, and it's one of my favorite designs, a 230078. Over 90,000 previously ordered. Just before we go through colors, Liam, this is one of my personal favorite designs because I love a flip-flop style, but in this case I like that extra band over the vamp of the foot because it just makes it feel more solid where I don't get the actual flipping and flopping on the back of my foot.
Exactly right. I mean, the higher up the strap sits on the foot, the more secure it is on the foot. So when you're going through that walking motion, you're not going to be stepping out of them or anything like that. So it's almost giving you the security of a back strap, but in a style just with as a plain
and
Thong
a slip
sandal.
on.
Yeah, absolutely.
You just slide your foot right in. So here are the colors that we have available for you. And by the way, we're going to talk about sizing so you can understand if you're new to the brand how these will fit you. But these in the whole sizes we have, starting with the white snake. Then we also have cobalt. I know white snake was newer this year too. That was new one of the last times I was on. Then we also have the raspberry. And in most cases, we have sizes 5 through 11 in medium, but in some we're more limited, so you might have to go check QVC.com. This is that natural snake. Here is the bronze snake. That's another one of the colors that I own because I love the play of tones, almost an aurora borealis in the back of that one. And then we have the black. There's also a beautiful jewel that's located on each one of these on the side, so it's a very decorative, pretty shoe. Absolutely
right. And you mentioned too, this is medium width only, but if you've got a slightly narrower foot type, this could be a good option for you as well because it is fitting a little bit narrow. If you've got a slightly wider foot type, this probably won't be the style for you, but we have some others later in the show for that.
That's absolutely right, like the Tide. Or so here you can see, take a look at that this is a hook and loop closure, which means you can make it a little snugger if you want to.
Exactly right, and that's a fantastic feature as well, especially if you've got a higher instep or a lower instep, because you're really able to customize the fit of the style as well. So, and that little jewel detail, which another great quality feature there, the fact that that's faceted on there, so it's not just glued on there. Oftentimes when you sort of glue those sorts of details on, as soon as you get your first hot, humid day, it's going to fall off. But this is beautifully faceted on there, which really just speaks to the quality of all the styles that we're producing as well.
So let's talk about the quality, because with this, yes, it's cute. We've established that the shoe is totally cute, but what makes it different on the inside?
Well, what we're really talking about on the inside is this podiatrist design technology. And, we'll often say that, Vionic is a great way, a great fusion of style and science. And this is really the science that we're talking about here. With that podiatrist design technology that's built in, you can really see that great arch support and nice deep heel cup. What that's going to do is help realign the foot and put the foot and the body back into its natural alignment, which is so important because when we walk on the hard, flat, unnatural surfaces, our foot has to roll over to try and meet the ground, and that's the foot going into its unnatural alignment. So what this footbed's going to do is help realign the foot and just give you that fantastic support with every single step that you're taking.
And we're going to physically show that to you in just a moment. But this is one of the colors I don't have. I don't have the raspberry. I have the natural snake. I have the bronze snake, and actually I have the black in this one. But it's always so much fun to get a pop of color in your shoes, but knowing that you have the benefit of all of that support underneath your foot there, because as I take a step, you can see the heel release is just a little bit there, but I'm not going to get a sound and I'm not going to get a movement from the back of the shoe on my foot. So this is one that, I mean, you saw how dirty my other ones were after years of wearing them. I compared it to a brand new one. They were much loved. I think I called it natural burnishing or something like that the last time that we were on.
Lovingly burnished.
Lovingly burnished. That's what you have a good memory. So you can see how cute this shoe is. Everyone, they're laughing at me. Sheila and Amy are both laughing at me. They're like, oh, that's crazy. But hey, why couldn't something be lovingly burnished, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
You're going to see this on the ladies in just a second.
It's better than saying unclean. So it's lovingly burnished.
Right. They've been everywhere with me. So 5 easy payments of $14 a month with your shipping and handling included. Once again, adorable on the foot. I mean, if you can see the ladies' outfits, we've got like a cool little sort of athleisure dress and a scarf, and then we've got walk shorts and a fun pop of color and a top. And the shoes, frankly, look so much more expensive, but what's so funny about it is that the big designer brands that do things like this are more expensive for a whole lot less. They've got a whole lot of nothing built into those shoes. This is giving back to your foot.
And look at the shimmer of the colour on that bronze snake. That is absolutely stunning.
Yeah,
you've got the highs and lows of the snake embellishment, but then you've got the sort of that aurora borealis look too with the colours we put through there. Absolutely stunning.
They've got such life to them. You can adjust them. We're going to show you a demonstration in just a minute that sort of it gives an example of what pronation is, because you know what, with a shoe like this, I mean, these are actually have a stamp of approval from the APMA. Who are they?
Absolutely right, the American Podiatric Medical Association. So they'll only put their seal on products that promote good foot health. It's not a seal that we can buy. We actually submit all of our styles and they're individually assessed, and the APMA will only put their seal on products that promote good foot health. So not only are you getting podiatrist design technology, but podiatrist recommended technology as well. So very, very proud to have that seal.
Yeah, that is really huge. So ask about those 5 easy payments if you want to bring this home, because you might want to get this and maybe the Tide 2 coming up later on in the show, or we've got a Kona sneaker coming up later on in the show as well, which is one of the ones that I own. But we are going to zip over to Miss Stacey Ann, so that way we can, hi, how are you? So that way we can talk about what physically is happening, because this is so much more than just about the feet, because the feet influence everything else, the ankles, the knees, on up for the rest of the body. Absolutely right. It's like the foundations of a house. A good house needs a good foundation. It's exactly the same with the body as well. And what we'll see here is, you know, really that not all sandals are created equal. So we have Stacey Ann here on the hard, flat, unnatural surface, and you can see how crooked that line's running, especially running from the toes to the ankle. The reason being because there's no support underneath the foot, so that foot's got to roll over to try and meet the ground, which is what we know as overpronation or excess pronation. Now, where the foot should be is this position here. Now you can see how nice and straight the line is, just with my foot supporting Stacey Ann's, my hand supporting Stacey Ann's foot there. But if I take that support away, and then straight away that arch starts to collapse here and you get that misalignment returning. Now let's just slip Stacey Ann into a regular flat flip-flop, which a lot of us will tend to gravitate towards in the summer. And you can see that there's absolutely no difference in that support, being on the hard flat surface or in this type of flip-flop here with no support. And you can still see that misalignment so clearly. But let's slip her out of that and let's see what happens when we put her into the podiatrist design technology that you're getting with Vionic. And as soon as a foot has gone onto that footbed, you can see how nice and straight that line is. And that is the foot back into its natural alignment. It's a huge difference, but it happens straight away as soon as that foot goes onto that podiatrist design technology. And that's why, if you take a look here and you say, oh, that's what's happening. That's why my body is doing this, what's going on there. That's why when you get these shoes at home for the first time, we do recommend sometimes that you just wear them around the house for about a half an hour just to test it out, because when everything's in alignment, your muscles kind of fire up a little bit differently. And I kind of giggled the first time I stepped into them, because it was the first shoe I ever put on that really felt different to me. Exactly, and that's the best description for it. You know, oftentimes when someone tries them on for the first time, I always say, how does it feel? And they go, it feels different, but then you sort of start to take a few steps. You love the different. And then, and then the mind starts to, the cogs start to turn in the mind, and it's like, wow, this does really feel great underneath the foot. But what we do like to recommend is, just to ease yourself into it, wear them for a half hour to an hour for the first few days of getting them home, just to get your foot basically used to being back to where it should be, back into its natural alignment. So you may not need that time, but we do like to recommend it just in case. And you have the chance to get this home at 5 easy payments of $14 a month. It's a 230078. Lots of beautiful colors. We've got 3 different colors in the snake design, and then we have a few colors in the solids, but they all have that beautiful jewel on the side.